When it comes to topping off a good meal, there are a few classic desserts that are staples on most menus. On our first stop, you're going to meet an entrepreneur who takes the cake, cheesecake that is, and she uses it to satisfy the passion of her customers for sweet treats. Here's Ken Wilshire at a place called Bee's Cheesecakes.
Cheesecake. Just say the word to yourself. Well, for many of us, our minds have been conditioned to sense its creamy, tantalizing texture and its sublimely subtle sweetness. And dating back to ancient Greece, it's been one of the most popular desserts the world has ever enjoyed, and so it is today. In fact, just visit this tiny little shop overlooking the Cumberland River in Clarksville. There's usually a line of folks waiting for freshly baked individual cheesecakes.
Y'all have a great day.
It's called Bee's Cheesecakes, and it's the creation of Benita and Jim Lacey.
So I actually make mine a little different.
You see, Benita, or Miss B as she's called, started baking cheesecakes for family meals and events. The demand soon became so great, she left her promising career in industrial quality control to pursue some pretty sweet dreams.
We were actually doing the cheesecakes at the downtown market about 3.5 years on the side. So finally it got to be where it was more than we could handle. I, was not sleeping at all. So we finally decided that it was time for me to quit my job. We came to a time when we had paid our house off, so we were financially ready. We didn't have to go into debt. This became available, so we jumped and haven't looked back since.
Cheesecake comes in all shapes, sizes, and flavors. It's often topped with every conceivable delight. And for thousands of years, we've savored its simple richness. You know, historians say that the earliest cheesecakes were made with some pretty simple ingredients. It started out with cheese, of course, not this modern day cream cheese, some flour, eggs, and honey. And today's cheesecakes aren't much different.
Very simple ingredients. There are maybe 4 or 5 ingredients that go into the base cheesecake recipe. We do a basic New York cheesecake recipe, and that's what we use for everything that we make. The only thing that changes is what goes in it, on it, or under it, and that will make the difference in the cheesecake. But they're all the same basic recipe.
But according to Miss B, it's truly an art to transform these basic elements into decadent desserts.
They're very particular, they're very dependent on the weather. The batter changes when the weather changes. I knew that was true with breads and a lot of baked goods, but I really didn't realize how much it was with cheesecakes until we got into it. You cook it fast at first, you cook it low and slow to finish it, and you'll make a perfect cheesecake every time.
And every time the doors are open at Bee's, you'll find family. It's ironic her first cheesecakes were just for family. And now it's family that's making her cheesecake venture a success.
It is definitely a family operation. My husband still works full-time. His name is Jim. His apron says Mr. B on it. Little girl nicknamed him Mr. B. My daughter, son-in-law, it's quite the family operation. Everybody pitches in to keep it going.
Since Miss B's cheesecakes are baked New York style, that's basically high, dense, and firm. It's the creative toppings, flavors, and presentations that set hers apart from all the rest.
We're upwards to over 100 flavors now because we play a lot. And we tell people we just don't care. We love to play, we love to experiment, and our customers love that. We've got 6 flavors that stay every day, and then the rest of our flavors just roll in and out, and there is no rhyme or reason as to what flavor we have on what day. Because I tell people that I worked by a schedule for 28 years, and we don't work by a schedule here. We work by whatever we want to come in and bake. We'll take suggestions, but everybody watches the menu. The menu gets posted about 10 o'clock every morning. Right before I unlock the doors, we post the menu.
Miss B creates hundreds of cheesecakes a day for folks who visit from around the country. Her love for baking is obvious, but she has a special place in her heart for taking care of her customers.
She goes to a preschool just down the road, and it's our little treat. So when we leave preschool, she'll sit there and say, "Cake?" So she's one of Miss B's biggest fans.
And I really don't know what makes it any different. Like I tell people, sometimes I just don't even measure. I mean, I can do it with my eyes closed now, but I do it by texture and by feel. You adjust your ingredients to the batter, and it's just delicious.
Delicious? Well, even the shop full of bobbleheads seem to nod in agreement. But what can make her cheesecakes even more tasty?
We do a maple candied bacon. My husband candies the bacon with brown sugar and pure maple syrup, and it is delicious.
You'll find Miss B's personal touch and passion for quality control everywhere in the bakery. But it's now B's, and she's in control.
When you work in quality in manufacturing, there is always a problem. There's always something that you have to deal with. There's always something wrong that you have to deal with. That's why there's quality there, to try to fix those issues. And you never make people happy. There's always something that you're complaining about, something that you got to take care of. Here, we make people happy every day. And if they're not happy, we will make them happy.
Well, this culinary artist isn't happy until her works are signed. While it's not a B, it is a counterclockwise swirl of sweetness on a creamy round canvas. It's her quality stamp of approval that this is the best batch of B's cheesecakes ever. Well, until the next ones.
I've never ever looked back. It's a lot of work. There are days when I leave here and we're exhausted and we're tired, but I love it every day. I love every day that I open up that door with a key that's my own key. So I love it.